Yeah. Welcome back to the Adulthood podcast.
Hi guys.
Like
that was real good.
Thank y'all for listening. I always start off the podcast by thanking y'all for listening. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for liking. Thank y'all for subscribing and leaving comments. We really appreciate y'all helping the podcast grow.
Yes, we do.
If you guys want to see me perform live, I'm going to be on the road for the rest of the year. I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Shout out to
on the 15th to 16th. The next weekend, I'm at Laughs in Seattle. And after that, I'm going to Vegas for Skankfest weekend. And then back in October, back on the road. If you want to watch my special romantic comedy, is streaming on Max. I got all my stuff up on YouTube, and watch Finnick, that's streaming on Hulu, and all a bunch. Just follow me, Ian Lara Live. Follow I am DJ PM.
And shout out to all the single mothers.
Shout out to single mommies. If you want to watch me live, I said the dates. This podcast we get into, it gets a little risque. Get a little risque. But as the professional pilots that we are, we land the plane.
That's right. Like flight upside down, but you landed.
Yeah. What's the name of the pilot that landed in the water?
Sully.
Yeah,
Sully.
They don't call us Sully for nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
We land the plane, baby.
Yep.
I hope you guys enjoyed. The Adulthood Pod, #1 wellness lifestyle pod in the hood.
And we have Adulthood Pod Purity Rings coming soon.
You'll know once you listen to the episode. Don't listen to anything we said. We don't mean it. Listen to the podcast though, and tell your friends about it. Peace. Are we good to go?
I think we're live.
This is it. Summer's over, baby.
Summer's gone.
Look.
Cheers to that.
Welcome to the Adulthood Podcast. We're back, baby. We made it. This is the Labor Day. We're celebrating with we're not sponsored, so I don't even want to say the name of what this is, but we'll say it anyways because we're
spritzing.
We're very
man.
easy. We got Aperol Spritz, baby.
Woo.
We're saying goodbye to summer. You guys it's been a great summer. How was your summer, man?
Let's
recap the summer.
My summer was fantastic. It was incredible. You know, I did some traveling. We did some traveling. I was had gone to Europe. Summer. Yeah, big travels. Family came into town, did some barbecuing. You know, it was great. It was a great summer. Summer 23 was a good one.
You know, I think I like the end of summer. I like the seasons. I like the energy for the end of summer. It's about to be fall. I don't think there's anything better than fall in New York.
Is that because your birthday is coming up? You know, are you a big birthday person?
I'm not a birthday guy.
You're not?
No, I'm not a birthday guy.
You don't seem like, I feel like cerebral people, they're not big birthday people.
No, because we're smart, right? So, we just know it's just another day. And in reality, our moms did the work on that day. So, if anything.
Cheers to that. Cheers to the moms.
If anything, it's on them.
Boom.
But I like the end. I like hoodie season. I like.
Hold on, before you expound, how was your summer? Before you get all into the fall, let's finish off.
My summer was good. We did a lot of traveling. I like to say we when I speak about myself because it makes it sound like I'm more important than I am. So we did a lot of traveling. You know, June, July was very busy. Took most of August off. I got to go back home to the Dominican Republic, spend some time with my family. And now we're revving back up to the end of the year. I don't have any more off weekends until the end of the year.
That's good. Recharge, reset, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I go hard for a couple months, then I take a little break.
Yeah.
I go hard for a couple months, then I take a little break. We take a little break during the holidays. Then I'm going back out. Got next year. We're going hard the whole year next year.
Yeah.
The goal is to film another special by the fall 2024. So we're going hard for the rest of the year.
Do you know where you want to film it at?
We've already started scouting the location.
The Garden?
Okay. And I think it's booked. I think the Knicks probably
they're playing?
The day I want it. They have it.
They can't move it for you. Do they know who you are?
It's all still being negotiated.
HBO Max.
Yeah.
Or is it Max now?
Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't know yet. We don't know yet where it's gonna go, but there's interest.
You turned down the white party.
I hope y'all got freebie.
Right. They turned down the white party. You turned down the white party. Like,
they called me.
They called you, and you're like, "Nah, I'm not going." You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. But this is my favorite season.
I
think.
Oh yeah.
The fall.
All right.
What's your favorite season, Marty?
The winter.
You look cold. Yeah.
Is that the Alaskan in you? The Alaskan upbringing?
Who likes winter?
I mean,
it's literally like the seasonal depression time. Like,
au contraire.
I have reverse seasonal depression. I get
you get it in the summer?
I get bummed in the summer.
Really?
In New York. If I'm out of New York, I'm not bummed. I like being out of New York.
The New Yorkers are gonna love that.
Yeah.
I'm like bummed if I'm in the city and it's the summer.
Why?
I think it's just hot and gross and sticky and like I don't know.
Damn,
you ever been on a rich man's boat?
No.
Yeah. I feel like women go on boats a lot. Like they always find themselves on boats. Like all of my friends, they're always posting from boats.
Do they know how to swim?
I don't know, but they be on the boat. They be on a yacht. All of my friends are on yachts.
So are you saying that like yachts are more of a woman privilege?
I feel like the men who own boats, they're always welcoming to women on their boat.
Now, let me ask you something. Are these just regular women, like everyday woman, 9 to 5, or entrepreneur or something, but or are they
that's tricky because
IG famous?
That's a tricky question.
Nightclub famous.
Because now you think a girl is just a regular 9 to 5. You're just like, oh, what do you do? I'm a nurse. And then you go on her Instagram and you find that she got 600,000 followers. She's in the top 1% on OnlyFans, and she does webcam girl on the side. So you don't even know what's like
the truth.
Yeah, what's the thing? Yeah. Like everything is, careers are fluid now.
Yeah,
it's no. Yeah, it used to be if you were a doctor. You were a doctor and you were a type of person. Now I go to the doctor. My doctor has 2 sleeves of tattoos, and he. Last time I went to see him, he had a tank top on. I said, "You going to the beach?
Is that legal?
There's no rules no more.
Was this a doctor in Miami?
No rules. No, here, Brooklyn, Jewish man.
Oh, okay.
I had a Dominican doctor.
How was that?
I had to get rid of her.
Oh, okay.
She was too familiar. Like she used to.
We don't even have to go any further.
Yeah, she used to treat me like I was like her family member. I didn't like that. I don't like that from my doctor when I'm taking an STD test.
Bro, I had a Ghanaian doctor. That's very funny. Like he was like my pediatrician, and right when I got to college, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to this guy anymore.
Yeah, same.
You asked for his STD test, and it's like, oh, you wilding out? Like,
yeah,
no,
that was her
I'm
too.
Actually trying to do the right thing.
That was her too. Yeah. I went to take the STD test, and she was like, you've been having fun, and I was like, excuse me.
Well, number one, yes. Number two, I don't need you.
I don't need this.
Yeah, I
don't come to the doctor for this.
Yeah,
I come to the doctor to get my negative clearance and to go back outside.
Exactly. That's I don't need your judgment.
No. Yeah. So so my friends, like, they're always on boats. Yeah, they just be on boats, and I'm like, who do you know? And they're like, I don't know. Like, I think there's like a page. Is there an app for like women to be on boats?
But that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like, men don't get invited to anything like that.
No, I don't get invited to nothing.
To nothing. Like, absolutely. Even
Nobody
your
wants
own
me
friend.
there.
Like, if you had a friend that had a boat,
no, I wouldn't invite you.
He's gonna invite the women first.
No, yeah. If there's space, I was like, maybe you could do security
or clean the bathrooms or something.
Right. You don't want me on your boat.
No, absolutely.
What am I doing there?
Yeah,
taking up space. Yeah. No.
And life rafts and the life vest. Like, bro, it's for the chicks, bro.
I knew a girl who had a boat.
Oh.
She brought me on the boat. That was fun.
Did you like go fishing?
No, we just went out. We just went out on the boat.
Was this in Jersey,
Long
Island?
And just did boat stuff.
Things?
Wait, was it a sailboat or a like a yacht?
It was a small yacht.
Oh, okay. I got excited.
Was she older?
You like sailboats?
Yeah. Like, I want to go sailing before the end of the summer.
Yeah.
But where?
I don't do sailing.
Yeah. Shock.
Yeah.
What do you have against sailing?
Well, we don't have a good history with sailing, you know.
So you won't go sailing at all.
Shout out to Johan over there cracking up.
No.
Yeah.
As a solid stand of solidarity.
Yeah, stick together.
You wouldn't okay.
No.
All right.
They ruined it for all the sailors.
For all of them. What's his name?
Thanks a lot, Christopher Columbus.
He wasn't even Spanish.
I can't believe you've never been on a boat.
On a yacht? I don't think so. Maybe. No. I've been on like smaller ones, but I wouldn't really consider them like, they're like nice large boats, but I wouldn't really consider it like a yacht.
Well, a yacht is not like, it doesn't have to be a mega yacht. It like a nice 6 like fit 8 people. That's a yacht.
That counts?
Yeah, if it's yacht,
yes.
Get a bathroom.
Then yes.
A sex dungeon.
That has
standard.
That has to be standard.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been on one.
There you go.
I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a question based off of this. Though.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you're more of the cold weather vacation type if you have reverse seasonal depression? Like if you go somewhere in a cold environment, you know,
you like a ski trip.
You're a ski tripper,
I don't
snowboarder.
I'm like okay at snowboarding, but
Cabiner.
I wouldn't like seek that out, but I like England, Scotland, Ireland vibes.
All the
like,
white places, huh?
like,
And you just hate the Caribbean.
Sailing.
I mean, I don't, but I like beaches that I like going to warm places if it's not in a city. Like, I like the summer. I just don't like the summer in New York. Like, tell me that the summer in New York is a good vibe when it's like 105 degrees and it feels like you walked outside and the wet blanket was just like wrapped around you.
You've never been to a day party before. That's what it is.
But also, I feel like a lot of your thing is like summer in New York with you working, not with you hanging out. Like, it's like most of it, you work through it. When you work through that environment, it's terrible.
Have you ever been to a day party where they played March Madness by Future?
No.
That's why, That's why
I think you should. I think
maybe
New York, Manhattan is not great in the summer. It's too hot. It's too hot. There's smoke coming out the subway, people peeing. It's not great. But there's a lot of New York like summer things to do. Going to the Central Park is nice.
Yeah. That is true.
In the summer, a lot of summer concerts, outdoor movies.
I used to like the summers here as a teenager. Like, I really liked the summers here.
You're from Alaska.
A teenager.
You guys don't get sunlight for like 6 months of the year.
But then they get sunlight all the time, right?
But that
like 4 months.
Of no sunlight?
Of no sunlight.
In Barrow. But that was only a little piece of time. Mostly I lived in either Fairbanks or Kodiak or Juneau.
Kodiak Black. Do you in where you lived, there was no sunlight for 3 months?
No, that's only one of the places, but like not for very long, and I wasn't even there for like most of that time. But my parents moved there later again, and they were.
But you've witnessed this, just daytime the whole time.
Darkness, yes.
Yeah, that's insane. What's that like?
You don't know like when you're supposed to wake up and when you're supposed to go to sleep.
You're disoriented.
Oh man!
Like it would get light at times, like because the days are so short. It get light at like noon. Or sometimes 1 PM in Kodiak, and it was just like it's not a vibe. But it was actually kind of cozy because you put on twinkle lights and you'd wake up and you'd like.
Do you consider yourself American?
Why does it sound like an interrogation? Put your shades on.
Do I consider? Yes. I guess. I don't know. People there don't talk, like if you're from the other part of the United States, they call it the lower 48.
The lower 48.
The real part?
Yeah. So if like,
the real United
I would
States.
always have to say like, I go to school in the lower 48 when I was in college.
Why don't you just call it the United States?
Probably because Alaska's like really conservative.
No way.
Really?
No way. No
really
way.
Conservative.
Really?
Yeah. Like when
I thought it was. It has liberal parts though, right?
No.
Anchorage?
It's incorrect.
You're liberal.
Maybe Anchorage is
Anchorage.
liberal.
Anchorage is the most liberal. There's colleges there.
Anchorage is probably liberal, but I used to call it like there was like an oat milk graph to me.
Oat milk?
Graph of like when I would go home from college, which is like, so I went to school in Florida and I would have to.
You went from Alaska to Florida?
I would have to fly from Kodiak Island to Florida on the school breaks. And so I would, like, you would fly from Florida to Seattle and you'd reach, like, there's no oat milk in Florida. And then you'd reach the oat milk peak in Seattle where you would have ultimate coffee abilities. And then as you went further north and got on smaller and smaller planes, the oat milk graph dipped again and it was like a curve. And I would ride
it was a bell curve.
Now you devised this?
I would ride the oat milk curve to Alaska every winter.
How many planes do you have to take after Seattle?
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
It's like a 5 or 6 hour flight from Seattle to Anchorage, and then
like 6 hours to Florida.
And then Florida to the bottom of Florida to Seattle, Washington is the longest in flight in the continental U.S. So it's 8 hours, I think.
Oh
7
my
hours,
God!
Wow.
like that. And then it would be 6 hours to Anchorage. And then it would be...
That's far.
And then I'd have to leave. You have to leave the Anchorage airport and go to this janky little, like, dungeon warehouse where they have all of the little biplanes that go to the smaller villages around Alaska.
The biplanes?
are propeller planes.
Oh.
Yeah, propeller planes that go to all the smaller villages around Alaska. And so I'd have to like go outside with like my green suitcase and like stand in the freezing cold and wait for like the propeller plane to be ready. And they would always tell you that you couldn't, there's a weight limit on the plane. So
That's what I was going to say.
Your suitcase doesn't make it a lot of the time. So my parents, and the plane lands on the tarmac and the car just comes up to meet the plane. And so my parents would like drive their truck up and I'd like get in the car, and then we'd have to drive back the next day, and they would have just dumped my luggage on like the tarmac that's ice, and the plane would fly away. And
that's brutal.
I'd find my green suitcase and
I've never been to Alaska. I've been to Vancouver, and I went to Victoria. Victoria's kind of near Alaska.
Don't they shoot a lot of movies and stuff?
British Columbia, yeah, BC area, but that's like as far as I'll go. But it's so interesting because in New York, you just meet so many people that come from like different places.
Yeah,
and then they hit here, and I'm like, I grew up with the guy masturbating on the train, right?
Or
you
like,
I was born into that.
Yeah, the guy shitting on the highway.
Yeah, that's just regular life to me.
Yeah.
You didn't know about that.
Well, I was here during the summers as a teenager.
Oh yeah,
I went
you used
to high
summer.
school here. Yeah, and my dad lived here, so I would come and I would work at the New York Aquarium. So I'd take the F train
all the way to Coney Island.
All the way to Coney Island every day.
Okay. Women love aquariums.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah,
you know
that's the thing. Yeah,
yeah, especially
they like sea life.
Little Mermaid.
Like they just love sea life.
Yeah,
like they like to go see it, and they also like to eat it. Like they love seafood.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the seafood boils around New York City.
Yeah, it's the end of summer, baby. We're wrapping it up because because I feel like moving forward. I mean, the summer we gotta. The fall is just important.
Yeah,
it's an important time.
You know what? It's very interesting to hear you say that. You know, you're not too fond about New York City in the summer because it does get hot, especially if you have to take public transportation or anything like that. But also, like New York City winters are what make you feel like you earned the summer, because like New York City summers are sometimes very lit. There's always something going on depending on what you're into, right? But then in the wintertime, that's where you realize like, oh, New Yorkers do have an attitude because it gets cold. People got places to go. People got badass kids. People might be late on some payments and stuff, and then they thinking about Christmas. So it's just like, oh, shit, I got to get these badass kids some gifts, you know? Like, that's where the stresses come in. But you were saying about, like, the fashion for the fall. I feel fall, wintertime, that's when big guys flourish. The hoodies, Timbs, earth tones. You know, that's when I can really dig into the bag.
If you're a fat man, it's your time.
You flourish.
It's your time.
This is big boys. This is where we come alive.
I hope you're ready.
Yeah,
this is now.
And this is where you got to look for the girl who might be struggling a little bit. Don't worry. Big bodies. You provide heat. I got your Con Edison bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you come alive.
But you know what's funny about the fall? That it's like it's the end of the year, but it also feels, because we always went back to school in September, it feels like the beginning of the next year.
Yeah.
Even though it's the end. So that's why I feel like it's like we got to advise people on how to wrap up the year and then how to start the new thing.
The new and you know what? It's also the new season, football, right? There's a new football season. There's a new basketball season. No disrespect.
What's your take on women and sports? Should they be allowed to play it or no?
Was it Title VII?
No, yeah. No. Do you think, like, how do you feel? Would you prefer? Because I know you watch football and stuff. Would you prefer, if your lady watched it, like pretended to enjoy it?
No,
do you think
we watched?
I
made her a fan. Yeah,
she actually watches. If you actually watch,
yeah,
I don't care. I don't like it when you pretend.
Yeah.
To enjoy it.
But you know what it is? Like the same way you were talking about the dating shows where, you know, you're with your girl and she has a dating show on and then you just catch it, you know, casually. The next thing you know the whole plot line. Sometimes it's the reverse where, you know, my lady, she's like, what are you watching? Why you watch this every day? The linebacker's in the position they're calling the blitz. She's into it.
Yeah.
Omaha, set.
I don't think I've ever dated or I don't think I've ever dated a girl who was like really into sports like that. And I don't mind. Like when I'm watching my sports, they've always been cool about it though. They're like, they'll watch their thing. They know that I watch my sports and it's cool. I sometimes, you know, you have your friends, you invite them over or you're going over somewhere to watch the game and they want to bring their girl who don't watch at all.
At all.
Like, well, she's just killing my whole thing.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Can we watch something else?
She's just killing the whole thing. So I feel like for the ladies listening, if it's Sunday and your guy wants to watch sports, try to give him that. Try to be supportive on that, you know? Just like how I'm not a big fan of reality TV, but when when the girls watch it, I'm like, all right, I get it.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, well, I like that one, but yeah, other ones.
All of them. What, Bachelorette?
Yeah, I like that one too.
Loves and Hip Hop.
That one's not bad.
And everyone on Bravo. Yeah,
I like Bravo. Definitely. Andy Cohen's cool.
But you know
I guess
what?
I do like reality.
You bring up a good point.
Yeah.
This is an adulthood tip.
What?
I
brought up a good point? That's shocking.
Adulthood pod. Part of relationships is compromise, right?
Yeah.
You just said it. You know, you got to figure out how you compromise. So
I think
TV entertainment.
I'd rather not compromise.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, right?
Just run the show.
If you could, but you can't, right?
You can't.
You can't.
If you want to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you won't compromise on?
I can't argue all the time. Like I some people can. I got people like this in my life. I know some people who like them and their girl, they'll argue every day. Every time you see them out, they'll argue, big argument, and then they'll make up they'll make up by the end of the day. I'm not like that.
No.
Like it takes a lot for me to argue. And when we argue, I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm not gonna just pretend that it's all cool right after. Like I don't want to argue. I just want to chill.
Yeah.
I think I got used to living by myself for too long.
That's the thing. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah, so when you live by yourself, you don't got no roommates. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to be like, all right, I'll do what you want.
And it's also hard for you to like let somebody into your environment and think that they're just gonna come in and just and start running the show. It's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Easy now. This is, you know, we could talk about certain things, but you're not just gonna come and say, "Nah, you need to do this, you need to do that," because it's like, "Nah, I don't have to."
I'm not used to that. Yeah, I'm not used to it. Like, I work at night. You know, I'm a comedian and a stripper, so at nighttime I be out at the clubs. So I have to go to sleep late. Right. I normally don't date comedians or strippers. So if most of the girls wake up early, so if you wake up early, you waking up at 7 to go to work. I'm going to bed at 3. Yeah.
You just got home. Yeah.
So we don't think, but a girl that understands that is nice. I used to date a girl who was like, when she went to bed, she was like, it's time to go to bed.
To you.
Yeah.
Like you were
like lights out. Like lights out.
Like you were a child.
Like shut off that TV. Yeah, it's bedtime.
It's time.
Yeah, in my house.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's another adulthood pro tip. Ladies, when you go to sleep doesn't mean that everyone has to go to sleep, right?
Yeah, she would just be like, and then she'll wake up like in the night, like, why up?
Are you still up?
I'm like, what do you mean?
Past bedtime?
Yeah, I'm like, what? I thought it was a joke.
No, she was serious.
Yeah, she'll be like, why you up?
Was she older?
No.
Did she?
She was just.
She was. I guess she was a mother figure, right?
She
had the mother.
Felt that it was time for bed. I get feeling like it's time for bed. No. No, she wasn't taller than me. Why would you think that? Why would you think she was taller than me? I mean, because she was telling me when to go to bed.
Basically, she felt comfortable, just like letting you know who's boss.
She was not taller than me, and I could take her. If she tried to force me to go to sleep, I could fight back, and I would have won.
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
But
I feel like women react better to that. Like I feel like if I'm with a girl and I'll be like, it's time to go to bed. Like let's go to bed. I feel like they'll be like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Women don't mind going to bed.
Oh, it makes your skin cute.
Yeah.
And water. We need a water sponsor.
Yeah. Does your lady have like a crazy skincare routine?
I wouldn't say crazy, you know,
just
but
black.
Yeah, just black don't crack.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
She drinks a lot of water.
Some girls need like 45 minutes, a 45-minute wind down in a bathroom. You're like, are you shitting in there? Like, no, I was just doing my makeup.
Decompressor and taking all the layers.
By the way, I got a recommendation. Have you heard of this poopery? Have you heard of this?
I've heard of it.
If you haven't heard of it, it's this new thing that you can buy. You spray it in the toilet before you use the bathroom, and when you leave, it smells like roses. Have you heard of this, Marty?
Yes, everyone's heard of this.
Oh, all right. I don't know.
Definitely. You know,
I don't think everyone is as privileged as you think they are, Marty.
Do you still have
I think people just been taking regular shits. And you come from this rich Alaska money that you're taking, that you know about poopery.
Yo, Alaskan oil. There's oil in Alaska.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Don't think all of our listeners are so privileged. I'm pretty sure there's people listening like, what's poopery?
Hold on. Do you still have the bidet?
Yeah, I'm Big Bidet.
You're Big Bidet?
Yeah, I work for Big Bidet. Yeah. Do you have a bidet?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
bidet is the way to go.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. If you don't have a bidet, I look
Judging
down
you.
on you a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's judging
Yeah.
you.
I'm
Judging
like,
you.
not you, Marty, but other people.
Other people.
Yeah.
Not the adulterers though.
Yeah.
Not the adulterers.
Because I'm like, get a bidet. It's like $75.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
install it yourself. Not you
connect
as a
to the
woman, but get a
water.
man. They'll install it. And it'll be fine.
Mm.
You know? I'm joking. Some women are super handy. I have some friends who are like carpenters.
Yeah.
Like you go over their house,
Plumbers.
they're like, what is this? You're like, I built this. You built this? You built the TV
Yeah,
stand from
yeah,
wood? And they're like,
yeah.
yeah, I just
And not
YouTube
from
how to
IKEA.
build it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
women are super crafty
Not
and,
only-
and
But like I'm talking about like women mechanics, women like plumbers, they just come through. Bah, 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 bah. It's just like you're kind of conflicted. It's like, man, you're kind of hot, but then it's just like you're like a plumber or something.
I say a lot of things on this podcast, and it's obviously like we're obviously joking and being sarcastic because I would love nothing more than to have a woman mechanic
and fix it.
You want to fix my car, please.
What? Every 5,000 miles,
please
on
change
the
my
dot?
oil, change my brakes. I'm tired of getting screwed when I go to the mechanic.
And they want to give you what is it? The transmission wash.
Yeah, you go there, you need new brakes. They're like, you have no transmission, and you're like, where's my transmission? Who
like, stole my transmission?
It's gone. You've been driving around with no transmission.
What?
You need a new transmission. How much is that going to be?
$10,000.
Yeah. $4,000 for the parts, $10,0and for the labor.
Service, yeah.
You're like that's a 2002 Honda Civic. That's what it costs.
I don't know.
You've been driving without
without a transmission.
If I could go and have a girl to be like,
months.
babe, go talk to the guy, and she goes like, what? He has a transmission. That would be nice. I don't get these men that don't want women to do anything. Like, you know those guys?
I know a lot of those guys.
Yeah. I don't get it.
No, definitely. I think that would be considered controlling. Or maybe insecure.
A lot of these guys are afraid that the girl gonna meet somebody better than them, so they don't want them to come outside. Which I get it.
Yeah,
it is a lot of better people outside,
especially if they're like not getting a lot of women, or like their history with women hasn't been the best, and that they get someone who actually like likes them and treats them somewhat nice. They'll go crazy.
Yeah, I have my problem is I think a lot of times, especially when you get to our age, early 30s, you meet girls that getting, into their 30s, they're thinking more about settling down, getting married and stuff. I think women generally are quick to want to get married, but I think they're also quick to leave, like when they're done.
Yeah.
So it's like, as a guy, you make this big commitment of marriage, but she's like, as soon as she's like uncomfortable, she's like, I'm out. And then she's gonna take half your money, and then the other half is gonna go to the people at the wedding.
But that's the thing too, where it's just like, I feel like it's because they're more, emotionally in tune with themselves. So there's no, I don't know how I feel. I mean, some of them, but for the most part, it's just like, no, you've crossed the line. There's no going back. Pieces. You're here for my lawyer.
Yeah, most men, I guess they're creatures of habit, so they'll stay in a miserable marriage.
Yeah,
because they're like, "What am I gonna do?
I get food.
Go to a lawyer?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Right? I
don't have time for that.
I have to learn how to do things for myself.
I just be miserable at home.
Yeah,
like our parents.
I get food.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
laundry.
You had what was the question you had about the marriage?
Oh, okay. So those people that do like deals with their partner or with their friend where they're like, if neither of us are married at age 40, we'll marry each other.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think everyone did this at some point in school.
Yes,
in high school. You got a couple fiancés out there?
I got a couple.
Yeah,
like from
high school.
I'm pretty sure now that I think back to it, it's more so that they just didn't know how to tell me that they weren't into me. That's usually what the thing is too.
It's funny you say that because I disagree.
You think so?
No,
Please expound.
I think these women. I think if the age came when you made these agreements, I think they would marry you.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
No.
I think they would marry you.
I feel like it was a way just to play, because but the thing is, so why didn't it work out then?
Well, we're talking about somebody who maybe you didn't even date, right?
Oh,
like,
so a friend.
Yeah. Who you'd be like, yo, we're mad cool with each other, but we not like that. But if by this age we're not like that, let's get married.
That seems a little ridiculous to me.
I mean, I did it.
You did?
Yeah, I got married.
You got a couple fiancés out there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't get a wedding invite.
I got one, but they're married.
I like red velvet cake.
So I guess I'm out.
Yeah. I hope they get divorced.
Damn. So basically you're the hedge.
I think a marriage voids the contract. Like you can't get divorced.
That's the stipulation.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I think a marriage voids the contract because it comes with a lot of. I think the terms are like no baggage. We're at this age. we get married. Not you got married and your husband, took half your things and you got 3 kids and you think I'm gonna marry you as a single person. That's not happening.
No, that's not happening. Have you ever been Good Luck Chuck?
Oh yeah.
Or like the transition?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that.
All of my exes are happily married.
Yeah,
all of them.
Have you been the transition where like it's been someone who you might have had a rendezvous with before, and then they get in a relationship, but then as soon as they're out of a relationship, you're basically like on call. You're like the doctor.
Oh yeah,
that's a great space to be in. I had a good run of that. Of just like being Mr. In Between.
Dude, I had so many girls literally block me. Like I've never had like an argument. They'll literally block me for 2 years, get out of a relationship, and then be like, "Hey, what's up?
Hey,
like,
big
what do you mean,
head.
what's up?
Yeah.
I thought you died.
Yeah.
You alive?
Yeah. Nah, I was just in a relationship.
Yeah, yeah. And as guys, we just take it. Because what are you going to do?
But you could have just said, hey, I'm seeing someone. Yeah. What am I going to be mad?
Yeah.
No, we're adults. We're adults here.
I'll be waiting especially when you break up.
If we made it clear that like this is just a physical thing.
Yeah.
Good girl, does he treat you nice? Like where does he take you?
Now, would you go to a wedding of somebody you used to...
that's a great question.
You used to take to Pound Town, for lack of a better term.
That's a great question. I don't know. I don't think so.
Would you, Marty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Have you been
to a wedding of somebody that I used to sleep with? No.
Have you been, Mr. Lauer? Comedy Live?
No. I think no. I have not been. I think all my exes secretly want me. Even though none of them have talked to me or said anything to me, or they all have me blocked on every social media thing.
But they definitely.
But something tells me
something like that's called mentuition.
They're waiting for the right moment. Yeah.
There's women's intuition. That's mentuition because I think you're absolutely right. The one chance of,
They want to swoop in
that apple vinegar on and snap that back.
Yeah. But all of my exes are like, they've all gone on to lead better lives.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. One of my exes got married like really fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how fast? Like a week after? Months?
Maybe like 7-8 months after.
Do you think there was some shenanigans going on behind the scenes?
Listen, who am I? Probably. Women be cheating. I don't care. I'm no better than the next person. Kyrie Irving got cheated on, and I'm not going to get cheated on?
Everybody gets cheated on.
Come on.
At one point.
Sometimes you got to just accept what it is.
Damn.
Stop fighting it.
That's foul, though. At least wait a year.
I mean, I get it. What you waiting for?
Did you find out on IG or did like somebody, did she tell you? She told you?
What you waiting for? I ain't coming back.
So you never circle the block? You never spin the block?
Well, with the situation that I told you before, where they'll break up and then they'll want to talk again. And then I dated a girl that's transitioning.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Yeah.
Shout out to Johan, my brother. I see you over there.
Yeah.
I know. I'm Befoto too. Transitioning to what?
To a guy.
Really?
I think a guy. Yeah.
And then how's that? Like
it's good.
Did y'all talk about it?
They're great. No, but I'm super. I mean,
can y'all be boys now?
I would like to. They are great. They're good. They're good. They're a good person. They're good. They're fun.
Did you catch that vibe during?
Never that vibe. They were always like just like ultra liberal. So it didn't shock me, like because they were super like liberal, but I didn't think anything of it. It was just like, damn,
that's what's up.
Yeah, like it's happening. I if you asked me that, I would have said no, but it wasn't shocking. It didn't shock me.
It wasn't like a total out of left field.
No. But I like applaud it and support it.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like now we can hang.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like now you could really hang
without it being like weird,
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you first hear about it, you're like, is it me?
Did I do this?
Am I just so much man that you hook up with me and now you want to be a man? Or now you know, that's how you feel.
Profound.
But then you rationalize, you're like, nah.
Okay, now here's the question. Have you ever had a woman who was also into other women, so a homosexual woman, right?
Can you say that?
Can you say homosexual?
I don't know, guys. You're walking a line here.
We are.
Okay,
Yeah.
We are. This is a thin line.
Yeah.
Can I say lesbian?
No, that's out.
That's out.
It's not allowed on the East Coast.
Lesbian is out.
All right. What
It's
if
West Coast
a
term
woman?
only.
A
You
woman.
can't say that after
A woman who
Minnesota. That's the line.
A woman who dates women.
I don't know if you could say woman. But
Damn. All right. Never mind. Never mind. Let's move on. Thank you.
Let's use
Talk
abbreviation.
about QC.
Let's use abbreviation.
Yeah,
let's say a L. A L.
I'm not even going. Nope.
A L who dates a L.
Nope.
An L. Okay.
Yeah.
You can use
An L
that.
who dates an L.
Okay.
Come up to you and say that you're so attractive and good at what you do that they would consider leaving their L for you.
Listen, I mean, I've said this before about I'm not the guy at the club who women want to make out with. I'm not the guy that's making you switch your orientation. if you're not already into men, you're not seeing me, and you're like, I'm missing out. I gotta switch over. So I don't know if that's happening to you. It ain't happening to me. I'm the opposite. You date me, and all of a sudden now I hear,
You're going down.
Now you're like, I could do that.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask that. I was like, how do you feel about somebody who dates somebody and then after they break up, they like flip?
That's happened to me a couple times.
But that I feel like that's like normal, especially in New York. It sounds kind of crazy, but you know, you meet a lot of women who are, you know, bi-curious or whatever. They're not too 100%, or women just love women.
Here's the thing, in New York, dude, in New York, it's such, like, New York, we're just so more, like, I feel like
liberal.
Ahead of, like, the thing that it's, like, not even a thing here.
It's
like,
not.
You say that to, like, if I say that somewhere else where I'm like, oh, I dated a girl who's transitioning to a man, they're like, what? Oh my God.
Yeah.
But in New York, it's like, oh yeah, we go to the gym together.
No,
It's not like a
in
thing.
New York, it's like, can you please hurry the fuck up? I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
not we
don't. Who cares?
We don't have the same, like, cares of of the.
It's just like, okay, cool story, bro, but I'm late for my train. So
yeah, it's fine.
What else do you want? Yeah,
I had a couple girls who I dated who then went on to date women.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
same.
Yeah, which is it's fine.
Yeah,
who cares? I'd rather you be gay.
Please expound.
I don't know. It's just something you say.
Like, how are you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a New York mentality.
Okay.
You don't think it gives different standards?
What?
Being gay. Well, have you dated women that are gay
for pay?
Women after, or have dated women before and then
both,
date you?
Both.
Okay, so do you feel you have higher standards? Now I'm just interviewing you.
Me or her?
Do you feel that there's higher standards for you to live up to? That she has higher standards?
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Marty, because I asked a girl that one time. I was like, "Do you feel that, like, because you've been with women before, do you feel that like a man can't live up to like the stuff that a woman has been able to do? Because obviously they have one, so they know how to maneuver it better." And she was just like, nah. She was like, I've been with like multiple women. Some of them were good and others weren't. Like, it's not like a giving. It's not like a given of like, oh, you're a woman, so you're just going to be good. You know? So that made me feel better.
That's true.
I've also had a lot of conversations. I have a lot of friends who are, you know, are women and are in woman to woman relationships, but I don't want to say they gravitate to a role, but the woman who displays more masculine tendencies, we identify even more because, you know, she'll just be like, these bitches is crazy. Like, I can't say that, but I understand that sentiment because it also takes a woman who dates a woman to understand a man, if that makes any sense.
I always say this, like, I think gay people are some of the funniest people. Like, if you don't actually know, like, people who are like against gay, like, they don't actually know gay people who like they hung out with. Like, hanging out with like a gay guy who's like openly gay and like a girl, it'd be some of the funniest things because they don't really.
There's no filter.
There's no filter. They just say like they're like, I'm gay. Like, I don't care about like what they, so they just say the funniest things. And then so much of my like comedian friends are gay, and I have like some comedian friends who are transgender, so I've learned so much through them. So I don't like, I'm not like, I literally have like friends who are like I'm really cool with, who are transgender. Most people can't say that.
I feel like this is a t-shirt in the brewing. Funny is genderless.
Yeah. Funny is genderless. Funny is gay.
Genderless. Funny is gay.
Funny.
We might have to start a festival.
Yeah.
We won. We won
Funny
with
is
that
gay
one.
shirts.
We won with that. Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Bro, I've been around with like there's like a gay guy and even like straight guys who are like machista and pretend to be like thing, but the gay guys say so much funny gay shit that you just can't help but laugh.
You have to laugh.
Like it's just so funny because he's talking like a guy talks, but about
he's a guy,
gayness,
but he's a
which
guy,
is hilarious.
He's a guy,
yeah,
and he just likes guys.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah,
but outside of that, but then it's also like people are people. They still have experiences, right? Everything is, especially like when it comes to family or when it comes to work or anything like that. It's just like all of that other stuff gets put to the side. It's just like, bro, this is bullshit, blah blah blah. And they go into it. Yeah,
that's an adulthood tip. If you care about people's who people like, people's orientation,
grow up
or die.
Yeah.
It's two things. Because either you're too young or you're too old.
That's a t-shirt. Yeah. That's
you exist in a world where
extremes.
Yeah, you're on both extremes. Yeah. You're either too young or you're too old.
Yeah, grow up or die.
Like, do whatever you want in your house. Let everybody do whatever they want in their house.
Grow up or die. Brought to you by the Adulthood Pod.
Yeah.
Right? And Aperol Spritz.
Grow up or die shirts. Yeah. We're good, right? We didn't say anything bad.
QC, right?
Never.
We just tiptoed, right?
We told that line, right?
We tiptoed. It was like hopscotch. Like,
what
they gonna say?
I was like a gymnast towing that up.
Marty was like, what are these niggas gonna say?
Yeah, I'm like, sheesh, I'm gonna get canceled.
I know, right? Before we even took off. Nah, but you know what? I think that's the thing too, where people are so afraid to have like actual conversations that you can't. It's just like
that's the thing, because like all like the majority of my gay friends are comedians, so it's like
they get that's raw.
Better, yeah, because I can ask them whatever, and it's not weird. Like they're comedians. Comedians, you're more comedian than you are like whatever.
But how does that happen? Does that happen because you see more of the world or the U.S. so you have so many different more perspectives to counter it, or like how does that happen? Where you can strip away people's emotions for the funny, you know?
Just comedians, you just have an objective way of looking at the world. So you're kind of always looking for humor. So it's like you're able to like, you understand that they might be like more serious questions that you need to ask just to find the funny in it. So, and they operate in the same way. And we're also cool. Like, so they know that it's like no bad feelings or bad things.
So is there like ever a show where it's just comedians for comedians? And the reason why I asked that is 2 weeks ago, I was doing a party, shout out to GFC, and the name of the party was the B-Sides Party. So the theme was you couldn't play anything that was popular in the club right now, and you had to play things that people haven't heard in a little bit, nothing that's on the radio, anything like that. And it was very challenging, but I had more fun because it made me really have to dig in and be paying attention and like show the creativity of it. But is there can something like that exist in the comedy world where you're just like...
Well, I think I think comedy is a bit tricky because people like as comedians, like I'll bring on like a person. Let's say I'll bring on like a gay person on this show, and we'll talk and laugh the whole time, and I'll make fun of them, they'll make fun of me, and it'll just be fine, and we'll hug after, and it'll be fine. This is my friend, but then people will hear it. And they'll get offended on their behalf. And it's like, this is my friend. Like, you're getting offended for my friend, which like, and I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, stop getting offended. Look, comedy is comedy. It's one of those things that's meant for people to get offended. Some people are just going to get offended. I'm not telling you do or don't. Like, you get offended, whatever you want. But I just always remind people of like, but we're joking. Like, this is, it's just a joke. Like, you know, some people just forget. And sometimes the lines are blurred, right? Like you listen to a podcast, sometimes you're just listening and you're like, is this a joke or are they speaking? But like some people get offended at a comedy show. Like, and they'll be like, you can't say this. I'm like, this venue was created to do this art.
To do exactly
this. To do what I'm doing. And then you came in here and then you didn't like what I said. And then you like, oh, I didn't like that. So you can't say that, which is, it's weird because it's like a lot of people, especially like a comedian, like if you find a comedian, like something he said offensive, sometimes you laugh at the other stuff who's offensive to somebody else, but you don't care because it's not offensive to you. But when it becomes to you, you're like, nah, it's too far.
Yeah. But I feel like that's an adulthood tip right there. Adulthood pro tip also is that you get to a certain age where people can't really force their opinions on you. Hopefully you get to a certain age where people can't force their opinions on you. Yeah. So you start making your own decisions based off of your own experiences and based off of what you want to put out there, the energy you want to put out there. I think we got to light some sage right now because we're on a real spiritual vibe. You know, woo, 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 side. Big shout out to all the sages out there. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, nah, I'm going to determine my own life. I'm going to say what I want to say. I don't have no negative intention behind it. If you offended or whatever, apologies, but that wasn't my intention. You keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm not one of, like, I'm one of those people where it's like, if you be like, I offended you, I'll be like, because some comedians, and that's fine if that's their energy, they're just like, I'm not apologizing because I didn't have any bad intentions. But I'm more of like, no, I don't want to offend you. So if you are offended, I am sorry that you're offended. Even though that's weren't my intentions, I don't want nobody to be offended.
You're trying to make somebody laugh.
But I'm trying to make you laugh.
I'm literally trying to make me laugh. I'm literally trying to make you have a good time.
Yeah. Especially me, like, my whole thing is like, I'm always just trying to make you laugh. So it's like, even if I say like the worst thing, like I'm just trying to be funny. It might not worked out in that moment, but it's worked out at other moments and I took a shot, right? You gotta take a shot.
I have a question for you. Sure. Have you ever dated someone whose sense of humor was a little bit more edgy than yours?
No. I mean, I don't think you're gonna find like people who have like a worse sense of humor than a comedian. Like, I mean, we did the episode on funerals and I was talking about like you know, funeral humor.
Etiquette, that's true.
Which that's like, a lot of times I tell my friends that, like, that's important too, because when you do stuff like this, and this is getting like way more serious than we really are, but when you do stuff like this in a podcast, sometimes people listen to it and they might take like a clip from it, and then the clip on its own looks so bad. But I would say, but listen to the catalog of the stuff that we have. Listen to how I spoke about my mom's funeral, and you would know that, oh, this is obviously just jokes, humor, right? Like, obviously, if he's speaking about something so serious like that with humor, then obviously he speaks about everything with humor.
Humor and health and wellness. Let's not forget that's the category that we're under. But I asked that because, like, you know, especially when you're dealing with someone in a relationship, you got to really pay attention to how you talk. And when you're talking with your friends, especially guy friends, yo, what's up, you bitch ass nigga?
Yeah, that's how I say hello.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And it's funny versus you're not gonna call your girl like, you know, hey, you bitch ass nigga. What? Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? But some relationships they're so in sync, and then the sense of humors are made for each other, where you might have someone like, you hoe ass nigga, and she say it back, and it's like, that's their dynamic. So,
I feel like comedians, in the comedy world, it's like a fraternity that more than like where we don't really care about like your gender, your race, who you like, what you like everyone is gonna get the jokes. Like we all, so when you come sit at like with us, if it's all comedians, we're all joke, and some people on the outside may be like
I can't handle this.
I might be around a comic who you hear him make like a black joke or a joke about Hispanic people and you don't like it, but I know him and I'm like, it's just a joke. He's just trying to be funny. He's trying to get a laugh. Same thing happens like across the board. You might hear somebody make a joke about women and you're like, whoa, but it's like, no, that's his friend. Like he's helped her out many times. Like, you know, like it's just trying to be funny. He's just trying to get a laugh. That's like the main thing I feel like. But with this is like for comedy. I mean, this is like my career where I deal with, there is social norms of like real life where you can't just be saying whatever you want out in the street, right? Like definitely. I've chosen a career path where like this is what we do. We break whatever like society says you can't talk about. We make fun of that. That's like what we do.
You know what society needs to talk about? How delicious this Aperol Spritz is. Like, I'm basically finished. Do we have some more?
Can somebody email this to Aperol
please,
and tell them we just did a whole pack? They're going to be like, we don't want to be associated with this podcast. Can you please bleep out the Aperol?
Yeah, block them now.
There was another question.
Do we have questions?
Would you rather date a girl who's blind or a girl who has no teeth? I've committed these to memory, guys.
I mean, that's an easy one for me.
No teeth.
No teeth, yeah.
Is that even...
I prefer that.
Like what?
You know a girl with no teeth?
No, why is that an easy one?
We can't.
First of all, you could just get teeth. First of all, do you know you could just get teeth?
Dentures?
And teeth just get in the way.
And you can take about it. Exactly. You could take them out? What? It's crazy.
You had another wedding question though.
I just got that.
The Adulthood Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Brought to you by Aperol Spritz.
Brought to you by two adults.
Woo!
2 adults and Marty.
Woo! Anybody that's listening to this, please walk away from your desk right now. I know you're cracking up. You're welcome. Adulthood Pod. This is 21, right?
21? Yeah.
This is the Showtime episode.
We're legal now.
Yeah,
that's
we're
why
legal.
Look, we drinking on the 21st episode.
Boom. Set it up. Set it up. That's right. Shout out to Dion.
Okay. What are your thoughts and opinions on purity rings?
Oh, the purity ring. What's a purity ring again?
I promise.
Purity ring is where you say you're not going to have sex until marriage.
And then what's the other one? The
Who
promise
has
ring.
I never seen one. You seen one with them?
High school.
I never seen no one with a pill. All of my friends was hoes. I never seen it. We went to Catholic school.
Shout out to all the hoes out there.
Yeah, we was openly hoeing. You grew up with purity rings?
I don't know. That was a question.
I agree with purity rings because let me know if you're not with it so I could figure something out. Don't have me guessing.
Hold on.
I would like you to wear a ring if you're not with it.
But doesn't the parents give that to, like, how does that happen?
I feel like the famous purity ring stories that you hear about was like everybody on like Disney had purity rings.
Really?
Like a teenager where you're not supposed to have sex until marriage. Like all the Jonas Brothers had purity rings. And everyone was like, that's why they got married so young.
So they can get it out?
That's the problem. When you wait, like you get married
young.
Excuse me, you get married too young.
Yeah.
And then you end up I read a thing the other day that said 90% of relationships that start in your 20s end up in breakup. Yeah, 90%.
That makes sense.
That's an insane statistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, people still getting married.
Hey.
Inviting me to their dumbass weddings.
Hey. You get a cut.
Taking half your shit.
You get a cut. You get a cut.
Taking half your shit.
That's the clause.
That's in the contract.
But then what was the other one? The promise ring.
Promise ring. And
so is the promise ring like the precursor to an engagement ring?
How many rings are we gonna get these women?
Like, are they Thanos?
How many rings?
I think the promise ring is like where you're promising, like you're in a relationship with someone, you're promising them you're gonna marry them. So you wear a ring. That's like a precursor to engagement ring. I think.
Where does the promise ring go? What finger?
On the same finger?
On the same finger, I think, right?
On the engagement ring?
Or
and is it a diamond?
No.
Isn't that controlling?
Like ring. Of course it's controlling.
Well, then
like,
I'm for it.
What? Right? Like you're 18 years old and you're like, you know what? I don't want you to date anybody else.
Anything to control women.
Here's this promise ring. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know. I think it's like more of a religious thing.
Listen, here at the Adulthood Podcast, obviously we support whatever anybody wants to do.
Whatever.
But I don't think waiting until marriage is the right move.
Unless it is for you. But
yeah,
nah, it's not.
And even then,
it's like you're telling yourself not to do a human act.
Yeah.
And that's true. You know, you should wait to a certain age, but
wait to a certain age for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you don't want to. Then that's how, you know, you end up going to college or whatever and wilding out. And then next thing you know, you're the freak of the week and you're in the lacrosse party house and they're shitting on your stomach as a freshman.
Yep. Been there. Could you imagine having sex with your partner for the first time on the wedding night and it's trash?
Oh my God. How pissed would you be?
Could you imagine? What a waste of time. What a waste. People came out. They got suits. People wore suits. And now you're trash in bed.
That's why they end in divorce.
If I put on a suit and I found out you're trash in bed, I want half your shit. If I get fitted for a suit and I go to your wedding and then your wife tells me that you're
trash in bed, nah, yeah, you definitely deserve it. Yeah, for sure.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and we're at that age where the weddings seem like they're every month.
Because they are.
Yep.
They literally are. I think it's starting to taper off though for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like the prime wedding age is like 23, maybe 23 to like
23,
30.
that's young.
33. Some of my friends, when they meet in college, they got married 2-3 years afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got married?
5 minutes.
Congratulations. You didn't invite us?
I thought you were engaged.
What?
She raised her finger. Yeah, she raised her finger. Yeah, man. It's crazy, like these weddings. And you know, I joke around it, but I like a good wedding. A nice place, good food, good alcohol.
Definitely the food and alcohol.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, definitely good music
that's
too.
Good.
You don't want to go to a wedding where the music's trash and the food's trash and the alcohol's trash.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, that's like a bad, like you're gonna leave, like people are gonna leave your wedding.
They're gonna talk bad about you,
sending you bad energy to your marriage.
Yeah.
Like I'll leave your wedding like I hope they get divorced.
Yeah, they'll curse you.
I hope she cheats.
Mm-hmm. But if you show people a good time, they'll bless your wedding. You know, they'll call whoever their spiritual advisor is, and send them some good juju. Yeah.
But I think to answer your question, I'm not for these rings. Like the purity ring, a little bit. I like that just for the simple fact that I'm gonna know if you're not with it. Like if you're like, I'm waiting till marriage. Like I appreciate, like if you're waiting for the marriage, let me know. I like that. But
do we really want to do a deep dive on this topic, especially like with the purity ring? There's, I've heard stories of girls who make those kind of commitments to, it might be a father or whoever they're in, a significant, whatever. And they find ways to keep that intact. But
like they lie about the purity ring? You telling me a piece of cheap silver nonsense on their finger doesn't keep them from lying?
But not only lying, the way that they keep the lie on
it's nothing sacred anymore.
It's crazy. So I don't know.
If a piece of
it's all
copper dipped in
scam.
silver isn't gonna keep you from lying, then I don't know what will.
That you paid a quarter for. Right?
I don't know what will.
But she knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, she definitely does. Ladies and gentlemen,
who doesn't know what you're talking about?
No, she knows more.
Who doesn't know what you're talking about?
She knows more.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You act like it's secret.
Oh,
like it's a secret.
It's wild, bro. I can't even say it on air. It's ridiculous.
Do you have to wear 2 rings if it's purity on both sides?
Whoa.
or is it one that covers everything? How does this work?
Full coverage, like insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear a white one and a black one. A black and white ring that lets you know you're fully covered.
You're fully covered.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's just white. Maybe these rings aren't a bad idea, to be honest. I would like to be walking to the club and see who's with what.
Who's with what?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
that was
a
a thing.
idea.
Wasn't that a thing?
Another groundbreaking
episode
invention here at the Adulthood podcast. This is, we don't even try. We literally sit down with no notes. We start speaking and then we fix society's problems.
We just go. Society owes us a check.
This is episode 21 of the
21.
Adulthood podcast.
Yep.
Thank y'all for listening. I don't know why
Prime
y'all stuck around for this long, but the people love it. They love it. They love the podcast.
Woo.
People keep telling me. I hope you guys had a good Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
This is coming out on the 3rd.
Big shout out to all the Caribbeans on the Parkway.
Yep. Everybody, hope you stayed safe during the Labor Day weekend.
Please.
We're now coming into back to school, back to fall. So please continue to lock in with the Adulthood podcast for more pro tips. The #1 lifestyle wellness podcast in the hood, teaching you guys how to live, man.
Yeah.
Just how to live
righteously
for free.
Yeah.
If you want to come see me live, I'm going to be this weekend is already passed. I'm gonna be at Roar Comedy Club the 15th and the 16th. I'm gonna be at Laughs in Seattle.
Oh,
we were talking about Seattle,
the oat milk capital of the world.
the oat milk, whatever nonsense Marty said.
Yeah.
22nd and the 23rd. We're gonna be at Laughs Seattle, and then I'm in Skankfest Vegas for the end of the month.
Yeah.
Where you at, APM?
I will be at Panda. Big shout out to everybody at Panda. I will be at Miss Lily's, and then that's it.
Thank y'all for listening to the Adulthood podcast. Once again, please like, share, and tell your friends about us. If you see us in the street, come say hello. Tell us how much you love the podcast.
Make a scene.
Stay safe, everybody. Talk to you soon. Adulthood podcast 1.